Hi, I'm Ryan Kopt with Bongiovi Acoustics, and together with AVG, we're going to show you how to install the DPS audio upgrade module. Before we begin, let's take a look at what came in your DPS kit. First, the DPS module, DPS wire harness, the DPS installation manual, a hardware bag, and a sticker with the DPS logo on it. If you are installing an AB switch for demonstration purposes, you will also have an AB module, an extension cable, and an AB switch. You should refer to your vehicle's maintenance manual on information on how to remove the head unit and ensure that you have all of the necessary tools. Every make and model of vehicle is different, but here are some of the common tools required. Some screwdrivers, wrenches or sockets, plastic trim removal tools, radio removal keys, a flashlight, and a pair of wire cutters for trimming up the zip ties. Prior to beginning installation, check for damage and remove any debris from the cabin area. Also, mark down any radio presets or automatic climate control settings so that you can reprogram them once installation is completed. Make sure the vehicle is turned off, the ignition is in the lock position, and the key has been removed. Next, remove the negative terminal from the car's battery. Following the steps in the vehicle's maintenance manual, remove the head unit from the dashboard. Normal installation time is less than 30 minutes. Now, let's go to our vehicle. Now that we've disassembled the vehicle's dashboard and removed the head unit, we're going to connect the DPS wiring harness. First, we're going to pull out the head unit and remove the factory wiring harness from the back. Next, we are going to plug the female end of the DPS wiring harness into the back of the head unit, and the male end of the DPS wiring harness into the factory wiring harness. Next, we're going to route the DPS wiring harness to the approved mounting location for the module. You should refer to the provided documentation for the proper mounting location for the DPS module. If that's not possible, here are some alternative mounting locations. Behind the instrument panel, if there's room, the module can be zip tied to the firewall. Some vehicles have a center console which can be removed and the module can be placed in there. Some vehicles have room behind the glove box. In some vehicles, the module can be placed underneath the passenger seat and you can hide the wires. Next, reconnect the battery's negative terminal. Now that we've routed the wire harness and connected it to the head unit, we're going to connect it to the DPS module and program it. First, make sure that the vehicle is turned off and all of the dip switches are in the down or off position. Next, we're going to connect both the 18-pin and 4-pin connectors to the module. Next, we're going to apply power by turning the car onto accessory and keeping the radio on for at least 10 to 15 seconds. This resets the DPS module and there should be no sound playing from the car's speakers. Next, we're going to remove power by turning the car off. In some cars, the radio may stay on even though the vehicle is turned off. In these cases, remove the key from the ignition, then open and close the driver's side door to fully deactivate the radio. Next, change the dip switches to the proper preset location documented in your installation manual. We are going to apply power to the DPS module again by turning the vehicle onto accessory. Make sure that the radio stays on for at least 10 seconds. This tells the DPS module what model of vehicle it's installed in, and again, there should be no sound playing out of the speakers. Now, we're going to remove power by following the same procedure as before. We will now apply power one final time by turning the car onto accessory. After about 10 or 15 seconds, sound should start playing out of your speakers. When routing the DPS wiring harness to the approved mounting location, you should follow the existing wiring harness whenever possible to ensure the best installation. You should also avoid attaching it to the airbag or SRS harness, which is typically yellow. Do not disconnect the airbag or SRS harness for any reason, and avoid any sharp edges or burrs while installing. Now I'm going to show you how to install the AB switch if you need to. The AB switch is for demonstration purposes only and is not part of the assembled unit. Dealers can use this to show customers the difference between the stock head unit and the DPS audio upgrade. First, disconnect the wiring harness from the DPS module. Next, connect the wiring harness to the side of the AB module with only 2 connectors. Then, we will use the extension cable to the AB module on the side with 3 connectors, and connect the other side of the extension cable to the DPS module. Finally, we're going to connect the actual AB switch to the final connector on the AB module. Because the AB module is not a permanent installation and used only for demonstrations, place it someplace that is convenient and out of sight. Now that we've programmed the DPS module, we're going to verify that everything is working properly. First, turn on the vehicle and turn on the radio. And we're going to verify that sound is playing from the CD player, the FM radio. You can also check any aux inputs and USB connections. And we're going to go through all of the different tone controls, fade and balance controls, and make sure everything is working properly. Then, ensure that the emergency flashers are working and that all air conditioning controls function properly. Now that we've reassembled the vehicle, we've placed the Bongiovi Acoustics digital power station badge on the face of the head unit. Now, let's review the steps we took to get here. First, we disconnected the negative lead from the vehicle's battery. Next, we removed the factory head unit and disconnected the factory wiring harness. Then, we attached the digital power station wiring harness to the factory harness and the head unit, before routing the new harness to the approved mounting location. Then, we reconnected the vehicle's battery before programming the DPS module and verifying installation. Lastly, we finalized module mounting, reassembled the vehicle, and affixed the DPS badge to the face of the head unit. Keep in mind that every make and model of vehicle is slightly different, but the overall installation procedure is the same. Remember, hearing is believing, and thanks for your business.